Hello, friends, and welcome to another video lesson from DBOS Talks. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click subscribe and click the bell so that you can be notified of new uploads. This video is in a playlist called Handling Strings in SQL, and here we'll be learning how to use LPAD and RPAD in SQL. LPAD means left pad and RPAD means right pad. So first, let's learn about LPAD. So LPAD returns a string. It's a string function. It returns a string that is left padded with the specified characters and length. And then in a while, you'll see what I mean by this one. So the syntax for LPAD is this. It has three parameters. The first one being the string value, which could be hard-coded or it could be a column name, which points to string value or string data. Second parameter is the desired length of the string after the padding happens. And the third is the character to be used for the purpose of padding. Okay, that's it. LPAD. Here we go. Select, here's an example. Select LPAD. So here are the three parameters. The string, in this case, is a hard-coded one, hello. The second is the length that I want it to become after the padding happens. Total length becomes 10. And the third is the character that I want to use for the purpose of padding. All right. And this is just your alias. Okay. So if we take a look at the output, what happened is the original string, first parameter, which is hello, has been padded with the special character, with the character I specified, which is an asterisk, up to a total length of 10. So if you look at this output here and count the number of characters in it, then you will find out that there are 10 characters now, which is a result of the left padding which happened because of the use of the LPAD function. All right. So here we are using a hard-coded string, which is the first parameter. Just like what we did and we have done in the previous videos, we can also use that string function, in this case LPAD, not just on a hard-coded string value, but also on a column value. All right, so let's do that now. Instead of using a hard-coded string value, which in this case is hello, I will use a column value from a table. All right. So this is the hard-coded. Here is a column name, column of a table. So the others I'm just displaying so you can have, you can look at realistic data. So this is from the employees table. I'll be displaying columns, values from three columns, given name, surname, and then a derivation of the depth ID, department ID, using the LPAD function. So let me just remove this. So what it's going to do, again, it has three parameters to it. The string value that I want to do LPAD on, the total character length that I want it to become after doing the LPAD, and the character that I want to use for the purpose of LPADing, left pad. In this case, it's a period or full stop. Okay, so again, the depth ID here is not a hard-coded string value, but rather a column name wherein the underlying values are strings, or in Oracle, of the data type called varchar2. So let's execute this. So it displays the given name, the surname, and alongside those two, it is displaying the padded value for the department ID. So since I'm using an LPAD function, it is doing that exactly on the underlying values of the depth ID column. But because it's LPAD, the padding is happening on the left side of the original string value. So for instance, in the highlighted record right now, the original value of the department ID is IT, and because of the LPAD, the padding, which is consisting of the character I specified, which is the period or full stop, is being placed on the left side of the original string value. All right, up to the total character length or string length I have specified, which in this case is 10. And the same goes for the rest of the examples, except for the null. Okay, so same thing here, ENG for engineering. Since there are 3 characters to the string eng, engineering, then it needs 7 occurrences of the period or the full stop to come up with the total length, string length of 10 characters. All right, so that's LPAD. And we have seen 2 kinds of examples. One, wherein LPAD is being used in a hard-coded string value, and second, where LPAD function is being used on a column value, wherein the underlying value is that of a string or of the data type called varchar2. All right, so now let's look at RPAD. So LPAD is left pad. RPAD is right pad. So definitions, RPAD returns a string that is right padded with the specified characters or character and length. Okay, let's look at the syntax will be exactly the same as what you've seen in LPAD, wherein after the function, you have 3 parameters, the string to be padded, the total string length that you want it to become after the padding happens, and the character you want to use, which will be repeated in such a pattern, repeated pattern for the purpose of padding. All right, 3 parameters. So select RPAD hello, which is a hard-coded string, and then the total length of 10 characters, and then the character of asterisk again. Okay, so RPAD. Now, because I'm using RPAD instead of LPAD, the padding of the characters, in this case, an asterisk, is being placed on the right side of the original string value. So original string value is the hard-coded one, hello, in this case, hello. So if we look at the output, the padding happens on the original string value's right side up to the length that I have specified, which is 10. So 10 characters. If you count the number of characters in this output string, then it will be 10 characters in total. Okay? So that is the example of RPAD using a hard-coded string value. Similarly, just as what we have done in the LPAD, the same technique can be used, same function can be used on a column value instead of a hard-coded string value. So this is what I mean. So here, they're both using RPAD, RPAD here, but here the first parameter is a hard-coded string value, but here the first parameter is also, just like in the LPAD example, is not a hard-coded one, but a column name. So depth ID, department ID. Okay, let me just remove this. So select given name, surname, and then RPAD. Here it is, 3 parameters. The column which I wanted to, in which I wanted to apply the RPAD function. The total length, target string length I want it to become after the padding happens, which is 10 characters, and the character I want to use for the padding, which is a full stop or period. Okay. And it happens. So if we look now at the third column, which has an alias of padded, the values in it have been padded, right padded with the character a full stop or a period. So to the length which I've specified, which is 10. So all of them will have, except for the null, which you can ignore, the rest with the non-null values for depth ID have been padded with the character I specified, which is a period, up to a total length of 10 characters. Okay, so we've seen the LPAD and the RPAD functions, which are string functions in Oracle SQL, as well as in other flavors of SQL. They have something similar. And they're for the purpose of padding characters on the left or on the right side. In fact, you can also do this technique on a numeric value, a numeric string value. All right, let me just show it to you here. So here's RPAD. You can use it on LPAD as well. So here I am, no, not that one. No, not that one. Here. is my example? Here, sorry about that. Here, so here I'll be using the LPAD not on a literal character, which is letters, but on a numeric value, which is also a string. So my original string is 7. It is numeric, the way it looks, but you'll notice it's enclosed in a pair of single quotes, so it's also a string. It's actually a string. Okay, and then I want it to be L padded or left padded up to a total length of 10 and using the character of 0. All right, so let's see. You see? So the original string value, which looks numeric, but in fact is a string because it's enclosed in single quotes, has been left padded with zeros up to a total length of 10. Okay, so this technique is also being used in computer systems around the world, in especially like say in product ID, transaction ID, certain identifier columns. And just because companies want to have a standard length for the values, for the purpose of a standardized way of keeping the data, so it looks good, it looks nice and formatted properly. Okay, so there you have it. We have learned about the LPAD and the RPAD, which are both string functions in Oracle SQL as well as in other flavors of SQL. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click subscribe and click the bell. And I'll be seeing you in the next video.